The Margaretville Hospital, when we moved here, was at the corner of Academy and Orchard Street in Margaretville. It was a big old wooden frame building. It was a beautiful building. It had a very casual, sort of friendly feel about it. There were gray ladies who worked at the hospital. They were volunteers in addition to the nurses, and they wore gray uniforms, and we also had candy stripers.
There's 17 doctors at one time in Margaretville. 17, that's counting dentists and chiropractors and whatnot. There were 17. And nowadays you got 0 doctors. And they all lived in Margaretville. Most of them all lived in Margaretville. You could buy anything in Margaretville. So there was a lot of merchants here because they're selling everything. There were, I think there was 4 or 5 gas stations in the village of Margaretville where you could get gas. 2 dealerships in automobiles. No, there was actually 3, and I stop and think about it. Let's see, you had women's apparel. There was 2 shops in Margaretville. There was a butcher. There was the grocery part of Margaretville. There were 4 grocery stores. We had sporting goods stores where you could buy a bicycle or baseball gloves or anything. We had a Western Union. We had a hardware store, that was Weeks's, of course. And we had a liquor store, which always comes along with any businesses. The bank, of course, that's where you did all your business. We had 2 photographers in Margaretville at the time, that I remember. And we had an international harvester store where you could buy a tractor if you wanted. That was available in Margaretville. And of course we had a shoemaker that would actually make you a pair of shoes if you really wanted, but mostly repairs.
I spent a lot of time, like many young people, trying to get away from Margaretville, thinking that there must be something better somewhere else. Everything here was dull and boring and same old, same old. But as I tried to get away, there was just always something tugging me back. And I think what was tugging me back was, it's the same old, same old. Our community has changed, but it hasn't changed so much that you can't recognize it. We have the cleanest water, we have the cleanest air, and we have our volunteer fire departments, we have our churches, we have our school, we really, it is Mayberry RFD. That's what it is. And it's still really like that. I know the experience of young people has changed, but you still have that feeling that everybody knows your name.